Hi guys, so I'm going to start off with my eyebrows. I'm using the Anastasia Brow Wiz in Brunette. I do have a video on the foundation that I'm wearing in this video. It is a review on the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation. If you are interested in that, I'll leave the link for you down below, or you can just click on the little exclamation point on the right hand of this video. But I'm just doing my eyebrows as usual. I try to make them look as natural as possible and just follow the same shape of my brows. Using Benefit's Highbrow to just make them look a little bit more sharp. I find that it's a little bit more natural looking, for me at least, instead of using concealer. So I just blend it out with my finger. Moving on to primer, I'm using Urban Decay Primer Potion in the shade Enigma. It's kind of like a more skin tone like shade. It is very similar to Max Painterly in tone. I'm going to be using this palette by Bare Minerals. This is the Regal Wardrobe, I think. This was sent to me by a really sweet subscriber. Her name is Monica. She's awesome. Thank you so much, Monica. And I'm just going to use that nude shade all over my lid. Next, I'm taking the bronzer shade in the palette, and I'm going to use this as my transition shade. I'm using a Sigma E40. Doing a wash of this color all over my crease. Then I'm going to take my Loreal Pro Palette 2, and I'm going to dip into that navy shade, and I'm going to kind of do a halo eye, in where I'm going to place this color on the outermost parts of my eye, specifically on both outer corners. And if you've never worked with navies, they can be a little bit hard to blend. I always find that this color just is problematic, I guess, in formulas. So just place the color with a flat brush, and then you're going to use another brush to blend it out. And to make my life a little bit easier, I am going to pick up a little bit of light brown on an E25 by Sigma, and I'm going to begin blending out the corners or edges of this color. Then I'm going to take this Bare Minerals Duo, and this is in the shade The Winner Is. The green is called Hit Single, I believe. But oh my gosh, it is the most beautiful greenish, teal, sagey color. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I have several of these duos, and I've been neglecting them for a long time now, so I'm busting them out. But this color is just everything right now. So beautiful. So I'm just going to place that right on the middle of the eye. I'm going to spotlight my eye look with this shade, and I'm placing that on the eye with a MAC 239 brush. And of course, I'm going to go back and build up the blue on the outermost corners again. I'm just taking more of that navy shade and just blending that in. And just because I did go ahead and add a little bit of ColourPop's Chipper, it just added a little bit more glitter to the look. It didn't really make a difference, so you can definitely skip this. I didn't see much of a difference once I applied this. So that is enough for the shadow. I'm going to go work on the face now. I'm using the YSL Touche Éclat Neutralizer, and this is in Apricot. And this does exactly what it says. It neutralizes the blue undertones underneath my eyes. And I'm going to go over it with a concealer because it leaves like a really peachy undertone to it. So I do need to use concealer to conceal that. And the concealer in my rotation right now is the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade Sand. And to set underneath my eyes, I'm using this light shade from the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit palette, and I'm just using that on a Sigma tapered brush. To set my foundation, I'm going to use MAC's Mineralize Skin Finish in Medium Plus, and this is just so that I can apply my bronzer and blush and it not be streaky, because I do find that the foundation, if I don't set it, it can tend to be a little bit blotchy when it comes to other powders on top. And I forgot to add a brow gel, so I'm just using the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Defining Gel, I believe it's called. It's the one that I always use, and this just fills in any blank spots left on my eyebrows. Okay, back to the eyes. Since the concealer is now on, I'm going to use the navy shade, and I'm just going to run that along my bottom lash line. Now this is also completely optional. I was just all about color this day, so I'm adding a gold liner. It's by L'Oreal. It's one of their Silkissime liners. They're amazing. This one's the gold shade, of course. And off camera, I applied my lashes and added mascara, and that's what they look like. These are by Violet Voss, and they're in the Vamptress. I'm going back to my Regal Wardrobe palette by Bare Minerals, and I'm going to take the bronzer, and I think the shade is called the Skinny Dip. And I'm just going to apply that to the perimeters of my face using a Sigma F40, my favorite bronzing brush. I'm also going to use the blush from this palette. I'm just going to kind of take a little bit of that one. I do add in a little bit of the other blush in there. I'm not too sure of the names because I don't have the palette in front of me, but it's just one of their blushes that are really pretty too. Then I'm taking this highlight by Wet n Wild, and this is in Hollywood Boulevard. This highlighter is intense. I kind of underestimated it, and I'm using a Real Techniques setting brush to apply that. It's just so bling bling in your face, but it's beautiful. I'm adding MAC Soar as a lip liner, and then I was kind of perplexed. I didn't know what to do for lips just because I haven't been doing a colorful eye look, so I wanted to do something pink. So I started off with Anastasia Catnip, and that's what I'm applying here. But then I just thought it was a little bit too bright for my liking, so I toned it down with Kat Von D in Noble. And then I decided that I was not about that matte life today, and I added a gloss on top, and it's just a regular gloss. I just grabbed whatever I had in front of me. This one's by LipFusion. So sorry about the lip concoction. I usually just go for one thing and stick to it, but today I couldn't decide. But anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye! We'll be right back.